Oh man!
I just had the worst nightmare. I was trying to buy retro video games and the prices had gone through the roof. Thank goodness it was just a dream. Alright, one bad seller doesn't mean a whole trend. But seriously, I'm sitting on a gold mine here. Can I interest you in the bottom half of a DS Lite? Or perhaps some trash? This is trash, bro. It's literally trash. This Game Boy was broken when I bought it, and I did fix it at one point really badly. It barely worked, and you'll see when I open it up what I did. Now, it doesn't work anymore. First things first, I'm gonna open this up and try to fix what I screwed up in the first place. Now, I really enjoy doing this, and I used to do this a lot. Buy broken consoles, fix them up and whatnot. I was going on eBay looking to buy more broken Game Boys so that I could repair them. The broken ones are practically the same price as buying one that works. When I was in high school 8-10 years ago, I would buy these things on eBay for pennies on the dollar. I'd just find a Game Boy that doesn't turn on or doesn't read cartridges, and I'd pay like 10-15 bucks for it. It would usually ship from Japan. I would repair it. They were typically not region locked, and I would flip it on eBay again and sell it for like 65 bucks. Great side hustle. Was that part of the problem? Did that contribute to prices going up? Me buying those up, fixing them, and reselling them? I guess we'll never know.
Oh yeah, another sort of issue with this is this doesn't stay on. So we'll fix that. This is actually not the original lens. The original one was so scratched you could barely see through it. This is a nice glass one, but it's useless if it won't stay on the screen. I think I need to clean the old adhesive off. I think that's what's stopping it from sticking. Excuse me, this is not for you. Let's take it apart. All these old Game Boys use tri-wing screws, like 3-pronged instead of 4-prong, as an I don't know, copyright measure, like a security thing. But I've gotten really good at cracking Nintendo's security. Not very exciting. I do have to pull this cable out before we go any further. There we go. Front half shouldn't have any issues. Okay, there is some corrosion, some battery corrosion right here. So I don't think that's enough to do any significant damage, but I'll still try and clean it up a little bit better because I didn't clean it well enough last time I was in here. Here you can see my first attempt. So basically this is just all screwed. One of the batteries exploded in here and the acid just destroyed all this stuff on the board here. So what I tried to do, there's 2 traces that control the power that were damaged by the corrosion. So I tried to just bypass those traces with that black wire to this battery terminal and that red wire to this battery terminal. Now, this didn't work very well because, as you can see, these wires are really thick and they're getting squeezed and squished and touching things they're not supposed to be touching. So it's actually shorting out different components on the board when I close that. For example, that pin there, you can see when I closed it up, that pin, which is, I believe, a cartridge pin, is making contact with this power pin, so my cartridges weren't working. So this barely worked when I did fix it, and obviously now it doesn't even turn on at all. So I'm gonna remove these and try and clean this up even more so I can see better what's going on. And then hopefully I can come up with a more elegant solution. Here's another view real quick before I take it apart further of my excellent handiwork last time. Man, can you believe this didn't work? All right, I've taken those wires off and now it looks way worse. You can see the extent of the damage a little bit better. I think I'm gonna have to take this board out to do work better on this. There we go. Oh man, that battery terminal is cooked. I don't know if we'll be able to save that. I think I'm gonna try and remove that terminal. It'll make it easier to clean. I was able to peel this copper shielding back a bit more so I can get a better look at the traces. And you can see, thankfully, these really small traces here seem to be okay. It's just this trace here and this one right over here is all messed up. All right, battery terminal removed, and it's not looking too good. I'm gonna check and see if I have another one laying around, and if I do, I won't have to repair this one, but if I don't, I'm gonna drop it in some vinegar and see if that takes care of the corrosion. Well, it's not perfect, but it's way better. You can actually see the traces, you can see the division between them there. So that's what I need to repair. This pad over here connects to that pad on the battery terminal where that hole is, and then this one just needs carried through to that pin right there, and to bridge this gap right here. You see that copper trace is just completely gone in the middle there. But there's a little bit left up here that I could probably solder to. What I want to try, I have some copper tape. I want to try cutting a thin strip of this and laying it down to bridge that gap. And then I can solder to each end of that copper trace to connect them, and we'll see if that works. This is the result of that terminal after being washed in the vinegar. It's way better. It's still pretty rusty. I think it's gonna be okay to reuse though, because it seems like the important part is all still intact here and still plated. We're gonna try it and we're gonna see what happens. All right, I'm gonna try and trim this copper tape down so that it just sits on that trace. We'll see if it actually works. I have no idea what I'm doing or if this is gonna work. This is purely an experiment, but we'll see what happens. Don't think it's touching that trace, so this might work. This might be a terrible idea. I have no idea. Man, I'm gonna need a new tablecloth. Well, what do you think, guys? Is that more elegant than what I had before? I'm not terribly convinced. All right, there's the other side. Let me see if I can focus on it. I mean, it looks like only the traces that are supposed to be connected are connected. It's a little messier than I would have hoped, but I don't really care as long as it works. All right, I laid down some more copper tape to connect this battery terminal, which I've done it in the case so that the terminal is positioned correctly. But I've laid down some more tape to connect this battery terminal up here. Now, I've realized while putting this together, it's very possible that both this connection and this one are ground points, in which case, if they were bridged, it wouldn't even matter. But, oh well, we're just gonna keep going and see what happens. All right, I've got both traces fully soldered up and they look terrible. Oh well. All right, I went and grabbed a game. So first let's just see if it turns on at all. Where are my batteries? Oh. Two different brands of batteries, of course. Look at that! Let's see if it reads a game. Ooh, that's not a good sign. I blew it out and now it looks good. Let's see what we got. Street Fighter 2. Unfortunately, these screens don't have a light in them, so they're really hard to see on camera. But it looks better in person, I promise. Up and down works fine. Normal. Let's pick Guile. Sorry, that's Blanca, not Guile. I'm an idiot. Oh, yeah. I mean, this game kind of sucks on Game Boy, but it's working. It's working beautifully. Oh, man. Oh, he's getting cooked. Did I just lose? Are you kidding me? So I actually fixed it. I cannot believe that that actually worked. That was the most janky repair ever, and it actually worked. I'm gonna scrape some of this residue off and see if I can get that screen protector reapplied. What a beauty. I'm probably gonna need to buy a new tablecloth now, but otherwise, a success! Now, would it be smart of me to put this immediately on eBay, never post this video so that nobody knows the horrors going on inside, and make a quick buck? Probably, but I don't think I'm gonna do that because I'm a hoarder and I like having video game systems. I do have some other Game Boys, but I don't have one exactly like this. Just the original Game Boy unmodified. So I am gonna keep this for now, and I'll let you know if it holds up, the repair. So there you go. If this video helps you fix your Game Boy, I can't see how it would, but if it does, that's awesome. Some people have been asking me about the chord organ from a couple videos back. I am making another video about it, just so you know. But until then, thanks for watching. Let me know if there's any other types of videos you want to see. Bye.